Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. I've been saying this all the time, and it looks like most of the people doing all this are Asian stores, restaurants, and all that. How do people go to the restaurant to buy food, and the people you came with, which are white people, and you are a black person, you all ordered your food straight up the same time. They all got their food and you did not get yours, not until after 15 minutes. Why? Because her white friends also went to ask why she's not getting her food. You know what? I think it's time we start. I've been saying this all the time. Spend your money where you want it, right? Because it does not make any sense that when you come to Black community, Asian stores are all over. We patronize them, we give them our money, but they do not for a minute regard Black people. So this young lady, actually, she's just 16 years, came on the internet to tell about her experience. And one thing I love about her, how she's also very young, was that she mentioned the name of the restaurant, and people actually started creating awareness over that, calling the restaurant. And now people are they actually came back to apologize. Why? Because they found out that they are on the internet because they do not want to lose business. Also, some people were calling the girl coon. They were asking her, why were you hanging out with colored people? And please, nobody should call her that. That girl is still very young. Probably at that point in time, those people were the people she went out to eat food with. Let's focus on the problem. Let's get into this.
I need y'all to tell me if I'm tripping or if these people were racist. Actually, no, I know these people were racist. I just want to tell you about it. Okay, so a little background. I go to school in DC and we have off-campus lunch, which means I can leave the school campus and go get lunch at one of the restaurants around town because they're all close in the vicinity and they trust us to come back. One of my friends has come in sometimes with like a little chicken combo thing and she's like, oh my gosh, it's so great. You get 3 pieces of chicken, fries, and boba all for $12. And I'm like, you know what? That is pretty great. That is kind of a steal. So me and a couple of my other friends decide to go to this place. She doesn't come this time, but we all go. We get there at 1 o'clock. The timestamps are important. It's 1 o'clock. We get there, we walk in. The place is called TKK Chicken in Luna Hall in Chinatown. Dropping the address right now. Chinatown, Luna Hall, TKK Chicken. Okay. So we're looking at the menu, and it seems like you can get the combo she was talking about for like $12 or $13. So I'm like, okay, so my friend goes ahead of me, and he orders like the chicken sandwich version of the meal, and it's $13. I order right after him, and I order what my friend said. It's $18. And I'm like, why is it $18? So I'm like, okay, maybe she was talking about a different thing and I accidentally ordered wrong. My other friend goes after me. We order the exact same thing. Hers is about $4 less than mine is. I'm going to get to that part in a minute, but all 4 of us order and it's about 110 right now. So we're waiting. They give us our boba that came out in a reasonable time. The first guy that ordered, he gets his food first. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm next because I ordered second. No, the guy that ordered last, he gets his food next. But he and the first guy got the same thing. So I'm like, okay, maybe that takes like a shorter amount of time to make. I don't know why a chicken sandwich is shorter than 3 tenders, but whatever. But I'm not going to trip about it. So they call a few more people. And I'm like, okay, well, I definitely have to be next, right? No. They call my friend who ordered after me, but ordered the exact same thing as me. They call her number first. And I'm like, that was kind of the first little thing that I'm like, these people might not like how much pigment I have, but still, I'm not gonna trip about it, you know? Maybe they just got the order wrong. So I'm like, okay, well, I definitely have to be next because we had the exact same thing. No. It's about 1:25 for this point. So we've waited like 15 minutes for all of them to get their food, and I still don't have mine, despite me ordering second. We keep waiting. A bunch of other numbers get called. Every person that goes up there that has their number called, they're the color of this side of my palm. Okay, not that, they're this side. And one of my friends is like, do you want me to go ask them where your food is? Because I got social anxiety. I don't want to ask. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So he's like, do you know when number 37 is going to be out? No, my friend's been waiting for like 20 minutes. And they look up at me and they're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be 5 minutes. Do you want to guess if it was 5 minutes or not? Just a little reminder. We got there at 1 o'clock. All orders were placed at 1:10. They did not give me my food until 1:50. My order number was 37. They got to 46 before they decided they wanted to give me my food. Remember how I said my bill was like $4 more than my friend's for some reason? My white friend, mind you. I look at her receipt. They charged me extra for the boba and sauce. Why was I charged for sauce? Because the boba is supposed to come with the meal. They decided to charge it separately. When they asked if I wanted sauce and I said, yes, I want honey mustard, they added another tax step despite it being free on my friend's receipt. Like, at first we were kind of joking, like, oh, they give you the black tax or they don't want to give you your food because you were black as a joke. No, No, that's exactly what happened. Because even when they finally did call 37, I was about to give me the food, I could see the lady was hesitant to hand it to me till I showed her the receipt. Like, this is my shit. Why am I taking someone else's food? You saw me pay for it. Like, at first I thought I was reading too much into it. There's no other reason that they would have charged me more and then waited 10 people before giving me my food as the only black person that was ordering there, other than for the fact that I was black. So, TKK Chicken, Luna Hall, Chinatown. Don't go there if you don't pass the paper bag test, I guess. And if you do go there, be super nice to the workers, because they're so sweet. Yeah, that's all. I'm never going there again. Okay, it's been a couple days since I posted my last video, and a lot has happened since then, so I figured I should give an update. First and foremost, I've gotten a lot of comments like this saying I should have asked for a refund, I should have recorded, I should have made a scene, I should have yelled at the workers, I should have done this and that. I need y'all to remember I am 16 years old. I am 16, a teenager, and like I said in my last video, a teenager with pretty bad social anxiety. Like, I have a hard enough time with normal social interactions, like talking on the phone, ordering food, talking at the cash register, telling someone what they did upset me. It already freaks me out. So in a situation like this where I'm experiencing microaggression and racism for the first time in my life, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't even really process what happened until much later when I got to sit and think about what actually just happened. So obviously, I'm not going to make a scene in a place I'm unfamiliar with, surrounded by a bunch of strangers, to 5 adults that clearly do not like me because of my skin color. Like, that wasn't even a thought in my mind at the time. And most of the people saying this are grown adults telling me what I should have done. I'm a kid. You're an adult. Obviously, you would handle the situation differently than I would. Secondly, I have a decent number of people in the comment section saying I'm a coon, I only hang out with white people, I let racist comments slide. Like, no, I obviously also have black friends. I just don't discriminate on who I'm friends with, and I happen to be with my lighter friends at the time. Like, again, we're all teenagers, and none of us have been in a situation like that, so none of us really knew what to do. And they stayed with me the whole time. They went up to the counter when I was too afraid to do it. They made sure I was okay. They texted me after they saw the video. Like, they're not bad people by any means. It was just one of those situations that we didn't really know how to handle. And all the people saying things along the lines of the two things I just said, you're somehow taking the blame from the people that were racist against me and placing the blame on me for things that I should have done and placing the blame on my friends for stuff they should have done instead of blaming the people that were being assholes in the first place. So if y'all could stop telling me and my friends we did a bad job of handling the situation, that would be great. Third, the company did reach out to me and apologize for my experience, and they refunded me my money, so everyone's saying I should have got a refund. I did. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen their posts that they're conducting an investigation of that specific branch, and I really hope it goes somewhere because I've had a lot of comments and DMs of people saying they had very similar experiences, so it wasn't just a one-off thing. They are very racist against brown people, and they don't have the best service towards us. And I know this is cliche, but I did not expect the attention and traction that video got. Obviously, I knew it was something I had to talk about, and I figured people would listen, but I didn't know it would go as far as it did. Like, I've had distant family or family friends text my parents to say they saw the video, and they don't even follow me. They saw it themselves. I've heard people that my parents work with saw it, and they're like, isn't that your daughter? Because my dad talks about me, and they're like, I know her. Like, I saw her video, which is insane to me. And my dad showed me last night that Washingtonian Problems reposted my video, and now hashtag Order 37 is a thing. And I did not expect that to happen, but I'm really happy that it did, that me speaking out against my experience is making a difference and causing people to be held accountable for something that they did wrong. And I'm happy and proud of myself for speaking up and making a difference no matter how small. But yeah, that's everything that's happened so far. If another update comes from the restaurant, I can let you guys know. But so far, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
I be trying to tell y'all stuff in parables, like a little sugar to make the medicine go down. But I want to make myself just very clear. Let's see who can get it. Let's be blunt. There is no BIPOC unity. If a race or ethnicity has a slur against black people, it means that it's embedded into their culture. You cannot have unity with people who are raised in their culture, in their race, to look at you as less. They use black people to further their own cause. They did it during the civil rights movement, and they do it now. And it overshadows black issues because we open the door and then everybody else floods in on our back. Black Lives Matter, yeah, everybody. And then what did we get? Stop Asian hate. And who did they blame? Black people. What did Asian people do? They reversed what black people fought for. Affirmative action. When I did a video on this years ago, if you go look at the statistics of Ivy League schools, Yale, Harvard, which by the way, Harvard owes us reparations too because that school was built on the back of our ancestors. If you look at those statistics, keeping in mind that black people make up 12% of the population and Asian people make up 5%. When you see those statistics of Ivy League schools, Asian people are twice as likely, if not more, to get into those schools. The percentage of Asian people is higher than black people. But they wanted to blame affirmative action, saying that black people were getting better chances of going to college. The statistics aren't matching up, baby. Think about it. Black Lives Matter was a boom. Now who's talking about it? Did we suddenly stop dying in the streets? Did the police brutality just stop? Did the medical racism stop? Did we get equity? No, in fact, we got harsher laws. But who did get bills passed? Whose culture is taken and trampled on while it's also mimicked? What people are viewed as the lowest of the low? What people are viewed to have low IQs, and I mean by every race. Let's not play. What race is the one that other races tell not to marry, which I'm cool with? What race goes into another race's neighborhood, takes their resources and their money while being racist towards them, even making videos and putting it on TikTok, treating them like trash and entertainment, and then takes that money of the people that they view as less than and goes to their own community? Is it black people doing this to other races? What peoples actively participate in the slave trade of Africans that's been happening for 3,000 years? What people are responsible for the Congo situation with the children trying to get that metal to make the phones that y'all are all talking about? Who? Do you know who? Is it black people making those children work to the bone? Who are the people in Sudan that y'all are standing up for? Who are the people offing the black Bantu Sudan people? Is it black people? Name something that black people as a whole have done to other races. Name something that we have done cruel to these other races. And what happens when you bring up the fact that you are oppressed in this country and in African countries and in Arab countries and everywhere? When you bring up the fact that that is happening, what do they say? Peace for you. It's not right for you to use the tactics of the oppressor. It's always peace, peace, peace. And what has that done? Oh, you can vote now? You can sit down at a restaurant with white people? You can now go to work and not be discriminated against? Because that's what the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was supposed to have done. And we're still getting discriminated against. We're still segregated with the shitty end of the stick. Our neighborhood's fucked up and they blame it on us, even though it's due to redlining, discrimination of employment, putting drugs in our neighborhoods. But we're the bad, barbaric ones? I'm sorry, did we gather ropes to hang you from trees? I'm sorry, did we shoot Latasha Harlins in the back of the head as she turned away? I'm sorry, then did that person who was supposed to be sentenced for 10 years then turn around and get time served with community service that only had to pay $500 in restitution for the funeral of Latasha? I'm sorry, did we drag a people, a race, across a fucking desert where half of them died, where they castrated our little boys, where they raped and married our 8-year-old little girls, maybe even younger, forced them into breeding camps that are still happening today that nobody's acknowledging, putting them into cages, marking their faces slaves? 3,000 years of that? I'm sorry, did we sell people on the Silk Road? I'm sorry, did we invade North Africa, committing genocide against black Bantu people and set up shop and took their country, made into countries that are no longer for them, where they are segregated in the country and the land that was originally theirs, and now are going through another genocide? I'm sorry, are we the ones casually using other racist slurs like it's okay? I'm sorry, are our children running and scaring our child with sickle cell to the point where he ends up collapsing and dying? All because they're a different race? I'm sorry, are we the ones that were burning down black towns because of false allegations of rape of a white woman? I'm sorry, did we drown other racist cities? I'm sorry, did we have fingerprints of other races in literal brick children, 4 or 5 years old, in the brick of buildings that are standing today? I'm sorry, did we have little bitty shackles for 4 or 5-year-old children? I'm sorry, did we take an entire race, march them over the desert to make them slaves, and if a baby cried, take that baby and smash their head on a rock? I'm sorry, are we the race that forced other races to breastfeed their children as our died of starvation? I'm sorry, are we, as we commit a genocide against African people in Sudan, also raping the little girls and the little boys? Is it us? So to be clear, what I'm saying is, people will ride black people's coattails to get to the place of white people and then throw us under the bus. We will be used to get to the place that they want to go, as the others trick us into thinking that there's some type of unity when there is not. Y'all love to say, this isn't helping, we should band together. We've been doing that, and we get the shitty end of the stick. We're left at the bottom as everybody raises up. You want to use us, you don't want unity. You never have. Throughout history, thousands of years, you never have. Nothing has changed. You want to believe so bad that we are lesser than. And I can't understand why, because you know it's not true. But black people are so busy fighting other black people all the damn time. We have no leader. We have no organization. We're just out here complaining about dying, about discrimination, and doing nothing. You know how you know that there is a discrimination? Because when one of us makes it to be a nurse or a doctor, what do? We cheer it on as black people. Y'all look at that people, oh wow, an exception, because y'all know. How can you blame a people that went through hundreds of years of slavery? Then Jim Crow. It's only been like 50 years. And y'all expect us to what? You threw us in cages and then say we behave like animals. Y'all took our resources, our labor. We built this country and you give us nothing back. You continue to hurt us as if we did something to you. That's what I can't understand. Y'all act like we did something to you. Y'all are the perpetrators. And when black people eventually, hopefully, get to that level where they see all this and they become angry, you have no right to judge us for what happens. You don't beg for your rights, black people. You don't beg to be treated as human and equal. It doesn't work that way. It never has. You see what we get when we ask and beg and do peaceful? No revolution, no gaining equality and rights and freedom from slavery has ever been peaceful. Toodaloo.
So this is all I got from this video. And sincerely speaking, that young girl, she's just very young, and she probably did what she was supposed to do or what her mind, but I think she did a great job with the way she handled that. But I know an adult, a full-grown adult would not have sat back to wait for them to probably bring the food, because it took them literally almost 40 to 50 minutes to bring her order. While every other person, her white counterparts, friend that she went there with, got all served. And that is always the problem that we've been screaming about. The truth is that some of us um, still go to where they are not valued. And I have been screaming this for a longer time. When you go to restaurant, or When you get to a place and you are not treating nicely because you are the one paying. So at that point in time, it is your money, right? And so you have all the power. So you are the king, you are the queen. They should dance to your tune, right? And if they decide not to treat you like the king or queen you are, the best you can do is leave. Spend your money where you are wanted. I have said it several times that there are so many restaurants all over Black community, Asian stores, Asian restaurants. That's why we keep saying that Black dollar does not spend how many hours in Black community, and straight up it flies away to the next people, right? But that same people that are taking that money from you, how do they treat you? Now, this is the problem because I can be patronizing you and you are being very mean to me. We have had so many experiences with Asian stores, Asian companies not being so good to people that look like me, right? And I love the fact that she created that awareness by coming online to speak about it, which also made a lot of people to start looking for the restaurant and some because she called the name. I also love the fact that she called the name. I love it. When you are standing on business, you are absolutely standing on business. So she really did stand on business. So I applaud her for that, right? Nobody should go around probably trying to call her coon because she was hanging with her white friends and all that. Please, nobody should go do that. I applaud how she came out. She called the name of the restaurant and she also talked about how dissatisfied she was over their services and how she was treated poorly, which nobody should ever experience something like this. I keep screaming this all the time. We do not deserve to be treated that way. And people, it's just really unfortunate that people are always very much ready to dish out what they cannot receive. They are always very good at dishing out things like this to people that look like me. But when one person wakes up for a day and tries to, it's all over the news. Black people are always screaming right to the season and look at what this person did. Then forgetting that they've been doing something like this to us over the years. And we never said anything, or we just probably have been swallowing it and all that. In essence, what am I saying? I am not a preacher of BIPOC, and I am not in support of BIPOC because they do the most. When you go to their community, when you come to our community, you see all the beauty stores, the brands are all Asians. All the stores are all Asians. So if there is, we have really been very good to them. You know what it means for somebody to come into your store, patronize you, and they keep patronizing you. But then we keep trusting people that will never trust us, or we keep believing in people that will never believe in us. I think that is one of the problems we have, and it's already time to reverse all that. Like I keep saying, make sure you look for a Black restaurant or somewhere where you will be treated nicely. Will you deserve to be treated greatly, right? And do not let anybody tell you otherwise. So shout out to both ladies that spoke, and please, nobody should go around trying to say that she is no, she is not. She is not. She's just a young lady, and she did a great job by coming out to create awareness and standing on business by calling the name of the restaurant, where it happened and how it happened. She really did a great job, and I applaud her. And I hope as she keeps growing and all that, she will also learn how to manage them by walking away, by not giving them your money. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.